So it's that time again. Yay! Yeah, some would say that.
The sickos. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, 12 at last count?
20.
We have dozen and, well, we don't have dozens.
Yeah,
We have tens and tens. We have 10 and 10.
Yeah, there we go.
So here's what we need from you. Besides
Would
a note
those
from your
be
mom,
tenants?
Stop it.
Okay.
David will never talk to you again.
Ooh, doggone it. And he's Scottish, too.
I know. Do you suppose he ever dunks himself purple? I could see him purple and drunk. Why is that? But I picture him more as Killmonger in Jones, the Jones girl.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. I picture him more. He was the bad guy in that one. Yeah.
Oh, forget all about that one. I love the show.
I've never watched Doctor Who, so.
Oh, I've watched Doctor Who, especially the David Tennant years. They were fantastic.
Explains a great deal.
And
anyway,
his father was the head of the Church of Scotland.
In the show?
No.
As long as you're here, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the follow button. If you're already following and subscribing, you don't have to do that again, but please, for every episode, if you'd hit the like button and then make up a fake identity and go hit it again. And then
that'd be great.
That sort of thing would be great for us.
Yes.
So please like, subscribe, and follow. And if you have a question, comment, conundrum, or snark, you can leave it right where you found us, unless it's longer. Or like if you have a whole story to leave us.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You can go to TITR@netradio.network.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
The Wichita
Although
Police.
he was better in Broadchurch. That might be the darkest TV show I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah. But he also played in the American version, too.
He did, which wasn't as good.
It was the first one.
Point?
It was the first one I saw, and so I was taken with it because it was a great story.
So, it's a really deeply, darkly story.
Right. And
the second season is worse.
Right. And then my wife said,
so for those of you that have only watched the first season, figure that one out. The next one is going to be
Then Ann says, hey, I understand the original English one's even better. And so we both went and looked at that, and it was like,
yeah, well, it has Olivia Colman too. So
yeah.
Those two just chew up scenes, man. They just
aren't they wonderful?
Wow. Anyway, sorry.
And Tennant plays that role so well.
Yeah, but that's a standard British thing you have to do if you're going to play a cop.
Yeah.
You have to be the disheveled, drinking, out of touch, at least for the first 2 episodes. And after that, you can be normal.
Explain Idris Elba, please.
Yeah. He was messed up through all of Luther.
Exactly. Luther was one of my favorite all-time shows. Stop helping me.
And at the very end of it, okay, there were 2 episodes. There were 2 they did when they couldn't get everyone together because they didn't have what's her name, Ruth Wilson.
Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah.
They didn't have Alice there, and those you can tell it's missing something because for a while Alice was his go-to.
Yep.
Anybody was acting badly, he would unleash hell on them. And she's like 5'4", and she'll do it.
Yeah, people kept ending up dead.
And sooner or later, it had to come to a natural. And the ending of the series, I thought was perfect.
Okay,
I did. I thought the movie that Netflix did later was okay.
Yeah,
I got to see Idris again, so that helped.
Yeah, and he's terrific all through that. Say, the Wichita Police Department, also known as
Police Department,
WPD,
also known as WPD,
has arrested 21-year-old Alejandro Avalos.
Has arrested a 21-year-old.
And 18-year-old.
Can I stop saying what you're saying now?
Yes. It wasn't until just now that I realized what you're
I understand.
18-year-old.
Could have been a long day.
18-year-old Hilario Moran, both of Wichita, on charges of burglary, interference with law enforcement, and criminal damage to property stemming from a burglary investigation. At approximately 4 a.m., officers were dispatched to an alarm call at Dollar General, 1475 West 31st Street, South. As officers arrived on the scene, they witnessed Avalos and Moran run from the business. Short time later, Avalos and Moran were taken into custody without incident. The investigation revealed that Avalos and Moran were attempting to break into the Dollar General when they broke the glass and the alarm went off. During the foot pursuit, Moran was quickly taken into custody at 30th and Martinson. Y'all know where it's right over there by the station thing, but well, never mind.
The gas station.
Yeah.
Just say gas station.
Gas station. Several officers arrived on the scene and initiated a perimeter that contained Avalos. While Avalos was hiding in the perimeter, he called for a rideshare app to pick him up.
Is that the right reg?
While Avalos was hiding in the perimeter, he called. Officers noticed a vehicle on the 3100 block of South Fern. They then witnessed Avalos enter the vehicle. The vehicle was stopped. Avalos was taken into custody without incident. And I'm thinking the cops are still chuckling. It's another example of outstanding work done by our officers on a day-to-day basis. Holy Pete. The case will be presented to the district attorney's office.
Shouldn't take much of a presentation.
No. You suppose he's going to ask for a refund? I didn't actually get to go anywhere.
Oh, I need the money back. Venmo me. So you're out swimming on a Long Island beach. Leg cramp renders you helpless in the water, but luckily help is on the way.
Tum-tum-tum.
In slow motion, clad in red swimsuits, as suspenseful music plays in the background, your savior comes a-running. Well, not exactly running.
Oh.
But flying. Because it's not a Baywatch hunker, babe. It's a drone. They are called Baywatch drones, if that helps.
How nice.
The trouble is,
there to do cut your fingers off?
While it's heading to you, birds attack it. I know. Sounds like a really bad Flintstones cartoon, doesn't it? That is the current problem facing New York City. NYC has invested in aerial drones to help monitor swimmer safety.
Uh-huh.
For the very simple reason they can't get enough human beings to do that.
Yep.
But all they've really managed to do is piss off the local shorebirds. The Baywatch drones are equipped with inflatable rafts that can deploy and drop into the water next to the victim, but so far they have not actually, been
able to do that.
Anyone yet. On paper, it sounds like a great idea, which is
Who's watching the drones?
You can say that a lot about New York City, can't you? On paper, It looks like a good idea. The drones are equipped with cameras that allow the drone operator to monitor a much larger swath of beach than a regular lifeguard. That's pretty much the end of the good news.
Yep.
If the operator spots a person in trouble, hypothetically, they would fly the drone over and then deploy the life raft next to them. If nothing else, they could at least hold on until someone got there to haul them out of the water.
There we go.
In addition, while looking for drowning people, the drone... Wait, now, this list is amazing to me.
Okay.
Drones cameras also enable the operator to keep an eye on other threats, like sharks, fires, groups of rowdy teens.
Ooh.
Wow. Teens on a beach are now a threat.
Well, they're rowdy.
They're teens. I mean, that's kind of redundant.
I tend to agree with you there.
They're like wet water. As for the bird problem, they're the American oyster catchers. I didn't know there was such a thing. They live around the beaches, have a special rage-filled place in their hearts for these lovely little machines. Oyster catchers they got the big bright beaks, the bright orange. Mm-hmm. And they apparently are very territorial and will suffer no one, man or machine, to approach their egg-filled nest. And it is currently oyster catcher nesting season.
Great. Sorry, can't save you. The oyster catchers say no.
You guessed it. The birds have started attacking the drones on site. They have that nice little hum, so they're easy to find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They haven't managed, much like the drone lifeguards haven't really done anything. The birds haven't managed to break any drones yet, nor have any of the drones hurt the birds, which apparently is a big deal because oyster catchers are one of those species.
Ah, they're dumb?
Yeah. No, well, they're birds, so yes, but they're a vulnerable protected species.
Ah, okay.
And their numbers have been rising of late. So the problem we have here is, how do they convince the birds they're not attacking the nests without the birds finally getting so fed up they just abandon their nests?
You do it the way they do it in Australia with the birds that attack bicyclists and stuff like that.
Give them summons?
No. What they do is they make those They take their bicycle helmets and they put a bunch of zip ties on them sticking up so that the bird can't make purchase on their helmet. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bright.
Yeah, thank you.
Next decade in New York City will probably try that. The city, by the way, has taken the step of training drone operators to avoid the birds' nesting areas.
Zoom.
Shoot, that was a nesting area.
Zoom.
Dive, Ron, dive. There's one on your... Oh.
Watch my six. Watch my six. Can't hold it. I can't hold it.
Meantime, the operators trying to avoid oyster catcher nests still have to, find people, and they haven't. As per the Associated Press, neither the drones nor their life rafts have yet to rescue a single human being. And you're thinking, well, maybe it's because it's been a marvelously safe summer at the beach.
It hasn't been a marvelously safe summer at the beach?
Funny you should ask, no.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they've already had 4 drownings at New York City beaches, which matches last summer's total. Now, as near as I can tell, there's still a ways to go in what we refer to as summer. Yes, the clown and back.
Should we teach them to swim?
The drones?
The people.
I would hope they would be doing that before they went out into an ocean. But again, it is New York.
Yay.
Also, there might be, I think of this.
Yeah.
A small drone is you're going to let out a life raft, right?
Yeah.
Next to the swimmer, right?
Yeah. Because
if you landed it on the swimmer,
it would hurt them.
That would be bad.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm truly hoping there's a story the first time they have to drop a raft to find out that they did it correctly. So if I may, in summation.
Yes.
Drones instead of people.
Yep.
No rescues.
Mm-hmm.
Pissed off birds.
Yep.
They did spot a shark recently.
Oh, congratulations.
So, they've got that going for them.
So this is a story where did it show?
A man named Brady?
No. They were asking people for the funniest criminal story they personally knew of.
Oh.
And I think it was a lady said, a few years back, my friend's son and nephew had it planned to rob the bank in the little city we live in. They got up early that morning, got their ski masks, gloves, and a bag for all that cash they planned to take. They decided it's best to use CO2 pistols and not real guns. They felt very confident because they had planned this for weeks. Weeks, Tony. They had planned.
You mean longer than days?
Yes.
Slightly shorter than months?
Exactly. Upon arriving at the bank, it was empty. Not one car in the parking lot.
Well, that's good. No hostages.
No one at the drive-thru either. They didn't
in the drive-thru or actually operating the drive-thru?
They either.
Oh no.
They didn't think of the fact that particular bank was closed on Wednesdays. But did they go home?
Oh, I bet they didn't.
Undeterred, they proceeded across the street and robbed the Subway restaurant, which eliminated the need for the bags because they didn't really keep a lot of cash on hand. They scared.
Hi, what'd we get? $47.84.
They scared the lady running the register to death because she didn't know it was a CO2 pistol and not a real gun. So they gave her $20 back out of money they just took. Here, sorry for the,
So we got $23.
Even though they wore masks, it was easy to identify the driver.
Because?
Across his back windshield, it says.
Oh, boy.
Ray and Amanda. They went to prison for this and really didn't benefit at all from the whole ordeal. Because of the CO2 pistol, they were charged with armed robbery.
Well, they did have a weapon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, you can do better.
You should.
Amanda, you can't do much worse.
It'd be like Mack and Meyer for robbery.
Seattle police, meantime.
No, good.
Were called to a home for a reported burglary, according to Como TV. Why Komo in Seattle? It's got to be owner's initials or something.
Oh, I was thinking it stood for KCMO back in Kansas.
No, because they only have a KOMO, not a KC.
Well, they ran out of C's when KCMO took it.
A young woman inside the home said someone was trying to break into the home with a stick. I know. My first thought was, I hope it's a really, really big stick.
It had better be.
Otherwise, you're going to look foolish or stupid.
Tack.
Hello. Officers went into the home and found the victim hiding upstairs. A suspect, who's been identified only as a 40-year-old male, was discovered in the garage in one of the homeowner's vehicles, where he was guzzling gasoline from a jerry can.
Not seriously.
See, now the way that's written leads me to believe he's drinking gasoline.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah. Here, sir, do you smoke?
Not only one more time.
One more time. He refused. Wow, now that's heartburn. He refused to leave the car, so police broke the driver's side window and took him out. He was charged with an attempted burglary. He broke into a garage, sits in the vehicle, and then takes a gas can and starts drinking from it.
Man.
It's true. Seattle is where you go to lose your mind.
Or if you've lost it, that's where you go to search for it, and it's never going to be.
It could be there somewhere.
Maybe.
God knows there are none of them being used.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.